We are live here from Brooklyn Memorial Stadium as it is number one versus booth by Xavier Anaton and Cam Crawford. Guys, thank you for being with me today.
No problem, Mel. How
Thank
you
you very
feeling today,
much.
man?
We
It's a
appreciate
great
it.
day for football, man. Well, while we here in the pregame, let's take a look at the keys to the game. refs are showing up, so that means the coin toss is on its way. And this is one of those things where we may see the Cobras. I'm curious to see if the what the Cobras are gonna do for the coin toss. Are they gonna kick? Are they gonna receive? Is it defense first? This coin toss has to be arguably one of the most interesting coin tosses I've been part of.
And I can see the Cobras here putting the defense on the field first, Mel, to be honest. That's just what I'm feeling right now.
And you know what? I could see that, but at the same time, I'm wondering, is this the game where the offense has to take over?
That's what I'm thinking here. That's the vibe I'm getting from it right now. I think that they might. I'm going to go opposite of Cameron's take. I think they're going to receive the ball, and I think they're going to see, what can they put up against the Express.
And that concludes the coin toss. So we will be right back after the national anthem has been sung in just a few seconds. I apologize. I wasn't here last.
It's Capo, baby.
And we are back, ready to start the opening kickoff. Looks like the Cobras will be receiving.
You know, Mel, that opening kickoff definitely sets the tone, man. When somebody gets hit on that opening kickoff, that'll show us what type of ball game we're in for today.
I am excited for this opening kickoff. I have not been excited for an opening kickoff in years.
Here we go, getting ready for the game of the week.
So, a couple notes for you guys at home watching. Series lead is in favor of Erie. Erie leads 8-5. The last game was played in 2021. A 47-0 win for Erie. We'll see if that luck changes this week. Kicks
And
away. It's a nice one. It's returned. Looks like that's Daniels, and he's going up the middle, breaking a couple tackles. And he's down by the 33-yard line. That'll bring up 1st and 10.
and that's a solid opening kickoff return, Mel, for the Cobras. They'll be lined up in decent field position here to start their first drive in the first quarter.
It is. Now we will see Slap Thompson and the Cobras offense getting ready to step on the field.
Cam, what did you think about Slat's performance last week against the Warriors?
I thought Slap played solid. I thought there was some stuff he could clean up a little bit more, but I mean, it's a blowout X, so you're not really looking to, stand out in a blowout after you put up points. But I thought Slap played pretty good. He'll have to be he'll have to be solid today. I'm not even say solid. He'll have to be perfect today because
First and 10. Thompson takes it, hands it off, gives it to number 23. That is Washington. Washington gets pushed back. I don't think Slap Thompson was ready for that snap.
and that's a tone setter right there, Mel, for the first play for the express defense, being able to read that play and go right to the ball.
As we see, got a couple of old acquaintances on that team for Erie, including number 13, Christopher 50 Ford, as he is lovingly nicknamed. 2nd down and 12.
Testing out that run game early here from the Cobras. Let's see what they do this snap.
Erie showing blitz. Thompson takes the snap, drops back the pass. He fakes the throw. He looks, he throws it just out of the outstretched arms. It looks like that was Matt Wise, and it was intended for Wise.
And yeah,
It'll be
Mel, if it
3rd and 12.
was a pretty tight window, slap through that ball in, and if that receiver was in better placement, it would have been a nice completion.
You are absolutely right. But again, this is a chess match, as we know both teams know each other well. So we are going to see what this looks like for the Cobras. This is 3rd down and 10. Well, 3rd and 12, excuse me. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Thompson in the shotgun, directing traffic. Erie showing blitz. Erie blitzes. Comes up the middle. And Thompson
Down
is
there.
sacked as 50 or Christopher Ford, number 13, comes through and gets the sack.
And way to go to the Erie defense for coming out here on this first drive and setting the tone. Coming in here and getting a 3 and out right away.
And that
For,
is big considering Erie is on the road.
for the Cobras, I think that drive, they're just testing things out. They tried the run game, they tried the pass game. No success there, but it's early in the game.
Yeah, so it'll be 4th and 16.
And, and as these game gets longer, Mel, we'll see which quarterback, the windows get even tighter. So we'll see which quarterback can throw in the tight windows as this game goes on.
I gotta agree with you on that one because the way defenses are looking now, it's gonna be a dogfight.
And you're not telling me stop or go. You need to tell me to stop or go. I'm watching you.
And there's some confusion on the clock.
I'm watching you.
So 4th and 16. Ben Lyons on the punt. He gets it away.
Wow.
Takes a Cobra's bouncing and bounces out at the Cobra 40. Looks like 47.
And wow, Mel, what a
Gives
great
Erie a
gift.
great position on field here for their first drive.
It does, and I'm wondering with Hannah coming in this week for Erie at the quarterback, if he doesn't start, how long is it before they put him in?
I'd say late, late first quarter, early second quarter. Uh, but it seems as if he's out there.
Yeah, that's definitely Brandon. Hannah is number one. Brandon is not hard to miss. Is that number one or number seven? Looks like number
It's
one.
number one,
Number
definitely.
one with the neon cleats. Yep.
Four wide receivers, three to the bottom of your screen. First and 10. Hannah hands it off. Goes up the middle. That is number 30.
And it looks like Mel, the
That is number
Express are going to try to come out and establish that run game here early in the first quarter.
that is number 30, Steve Smith. And as you can see, it's already some chippiness.
I love it. I love it.
I expect nothing less in a rivalry game. So it'll be second down.
Express going to the run game early. Are they going to test it out again? We'll see.
Second down and three. Hannah takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws the screen pass, caught by number 24. He's getting upfield, still on his feet, then finally brought down. That was Antonio Batista out of Strong Vincent High School in Erie.
And if you look at that play, Mel, that what a great RPO read by the quarterback. Way to fake that handoff and get it out quick.
Erie does get the first down.
It looked like they're moving up.
Very chippy so far here.
Look like we'll go
Cobras trying
tempo.
to bring that defense out early in the game.
First and 10.
Express loves that trips to the left.
Hannah hands off to Smith. Smith goes right up the middle, breaks the tackle. He is still on his feet. Touchdown, Erie.
Early in the ball game, trusting that run game. Erie Express scores.
You know, Mel, who's not going to get enough credit for that play? The way that O line cleared that hole for that back to get through there.
You are absolutely correct because that hole, you could drive a semi through that hole. And Smith took advantage. All he had to do was make one move and break the tackle, and he was in.
You can hear it already on the sideline. Things are getting chippy.
Not bad, man.
We're awaiting the extra point.
And this would be
Eric
interesting.
Rockwood, the kicker.
This would be interesting, Mel, how the Cobras come out and try to respond to this because they haven't really. Last game we were at, they didn't really trail. So
You're
we'll see
right.
how they'll respond by
They,
trailing early.
they've trailed before in the season, but as of right now, you would be correct. The last two games they have not trailed. Correction, as Nathan Lazon, kick is up, and the kick is good. So as of right now, with 11:36 to go,
So, what's our thoughts there on that run there from the Express? What can the Cobras do?
honestly,
Probably not.
defense. That hole was too big. And if you know anything about Erie, they are known for having linemen. That is the first thing they secure when they recruit. When they're looking for a line or a lineman, they're always looking for the best of the best. They have running backs by committee, so I expected no different from the Express.
And Mel, when you got an offensive line that's talented like that, you can run it by committee. You know.
You are right, Cam, and I gotta ask you, with with the Express coming down so easily on the field, what adjustment would you make on that side of the defense if you're the Cobras?
If I'm the Cobras, Mel, I would try to probably put maybe an extra box safety in the box, and I would try to play it kind of safe. You know, maybe a little. I would try to be conservative a little bit when it comes to the run game.
Kicks away by Lazen. Field it at the 15. He's got some room. Past the 25, and then he's hit. And they're still pushing the pile.
And there we go. Look at that chippiness, Mel. That's what we like to see.
Now, will this chippiness turn into positivity for the Cobras? Is the next question.
And Mel, when we see the Cobras line up on the line, I want you to take a look at number 55, the right tackle. His stance and his form is impeccable. I love it.
And that is big EJ Bibbs, if I'm not mistaken. Bibbs, a big veteran.
And you would expect that from a veteran to
Veteran.
have a good stance, nice base stance, and be able to get that kick step.
So first and 10 for the Cobras. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line.
I'm a big offensive line guy.
Cobras here have to take that chippiness and perform early here. They can't get too emotional too early.
Cobras in a pistol formation. And there's
They
a
got him.
flag on the play.
And this is where that chippiness
Ball
comes in
start
right there.
against the Cobras.
And if you're a Cobras fan, Mel, this is not what you want to see. It looks like the Cobras are a little out of sorts, trailing right now.
You are absolutely correct, and that cannot be good. Coach Adam hopefully doesn't have a conniption on the sideline. But nevertheless, it's now first and 15. Ball spotted at the 35. Cobras in the pistol formation.
Tough position here for the Cobras. You don't want to be in this spot early in the game.
Thompson takes the snap, and there's another flag. Offsides against the Express.
For the
So,
Express as well, that chippiness is playing a factor here. Now we're playing a little sloppy ball early.
so now we're back to a first and 10.
Let's see if the Cobras can capitalize on this penalty, Mel. Let's see if they can try to get something going here.
Well, they're back to the original line of scrimmage, which was at the 40. So first and 10 Cobras, ball at the 40. Thompson in the pistol formation. Looks like Martucci and Washington. Actually, that's Martucci and Gaddy in the backfield. Hands off to Gaddy.
And
There's a
it,
blitz by the. There's a fumble on the play, and the Express
and that
recover.
is Express ball, Mel. That Express
Refs
defense
on
is
the
getting
field
so much
here.
penetration on that Cobras offensive line, Mel. They're just bringing the heat right
But
now, man.
man, not a good handoff there from the Cobras.
You're right. That was not a good handoff, and the Express blitzed like crazy. It was a bad handoff to begin with, but man, I did not expect to see Erie's defense come through so fast.
Seems as if the refs are having a discussion here on the field.
And Mel, man, the Cobras really look out of sorts right now. Killer turnover, couple penalties here. It's not what you want to see right now if you're an Express fan.
If you're an Express fan, you love the
I
defense,
mean,
but
I'm
if you're
sorry,
no, but
Cobras.
if you're a Cobras fan, you're a bit frustrated looking at what's going on now. And both head coaches, Portman and Rogerson, are on the field conversing with the refs. I'm going to assume they're telling the coaches to tell the teams to settle down. There was a fumble on the play, and the Express did recover, so that would mean the Express have possession of the ball unless the refs change their minds, but I doubt we'll see. And we're
Clock
gonna
being
just
readjusted to 9 minutes and 56 seconds. And it seems as if Erie has possession.
and here he does have possession. First and 10.
And
Ball
Mel,
spotted on the Cobras 38.
and look how massive that Express offensive line is, Mel, compared to that Cobras defensive line.
That is a lot of beef. You are absolutely correct. Hannah making adjustments at the line. And there is a flag on the play. False start against Erie. That'll back them up 5. So it'll be first and 15.
A lot of penalties here in this first quarter, Mel.
Yeah, we've counted 5 so far that I remember seeing. 4 or 5, excuse me. So now Hannah
Curious if the Cobras can bring their defense, bring that wall.
Hannah hands it off to Smith. Smith goes up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, throws a stiff arm, still on his feet, and then he's brought down. Gets a gain of looks like 6. So it'll be second and 4 for Erie.
Smith just doing a good job of just following his blockers, Mel. When you got a massive O line like that, I will run right behind those guys too.
I can't argue with that, even though I'm one that hated running the ball as a receiver.
In the pregame show, we talked about, the Cobras playing their bully ball and running the ball. But right now, it looks as if the Erie Express run game is just as, vibrant, just as explosive as the Cobras run game.
Second and 6. Second and 4, excuse me. Hannah in the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. He looks, he throws it deep. Got a
Nice
man.
separation.
It's just out of the outstretched hands. That is number, looks like 9. That was
Um,
Terry Jackson. That was number 8, excuse me. Terry Jackson is number 8 on our screen. So it'll be third down.
and that was a good 50-50 ball there, Mel, that was thrown up. Receiver just couldn't come down.
If you know anything about Brandon Hanna, for those watching at home, Hanna loves the deep ball. He can be very accurate, but he loves the deep ball.
But even with the deep ball there, you can live and die by by the deep ball.
You can live and die by the deep ball. And with the addition of Hanna, it shows that they're actually going to take more shots downfield because Hanna has the arm strength. So third and 4. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Hanna in the shotgun with Smith. Sends and in motion. Fakes the handoff. Gives it to Smith. Smith still on his feet. Makes a move. He got one man to beat. He is in. Touchdown. Express.
And again, there, Mel, another big hole right there for that back to go through. Express really dominating on the ground right now.
Smart move there by the Express, going for the long ball, trying that 50-50 ball, seeing if it was going to work. But then the next play, the next snap, they go back to that run game and got the touchdown.
Smith already with 2 touchdowns and well over 50 yards. As he's the 2 touchdowns he scored at really big runs. As we await the extra point,
You know what they say, Mel, when you got a new fresh quarterback in there, lean on your run game.
Lazen kicks away, and it is good. So it is now with 7 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the first quarter as we get our clock to catch up with the clock on the field. Express 14, Cobra 0.
And it'll be interesting to see how the Cobras respond to adversity right now, Mel. It'll be interesting.
Yeah,
Will
this is
they
a
come
lot. This is
together?
a lot of adversity. You are absolutely right now.
Will they come together or will they turn on each other, Mel? That's when we see what real teams are.
And I got to give credit to Erie's offensive line. As you can see, there's a lot of room to run. And X, I have to ask you, you being the tallest person in the room right now, what would you think the adjustment should be for the Cobras defense?
You gotta put bigger guys out there. Right now, just the Express just has the physicality. They're playing the bully ball. Their line are making they're making opens, and it's making the running backs game a lot easier. So you gotta put some bigger guys out there if you're the Cobras.
I did see this actual last drive by Erie as you know, I finally looked at the line, and that line was just literally moving the Cobras defensive line This kick's gonna die. They better pick it
And that
up.
is a huge mistake here by the
Makes a
Cobras here,
move.
Mel.
Does he have some room to run? He does. He's got up the field. He may have some room to go. And he's drug out of bounds at what looks like the 32 or the 33. It's a
And that's
great
Pretty
not.
solid
return.
return there. Way to recover there. That maybe
Uh,
we can maybe the Cobras can work off that momentum.
and that's
Let's hope so, as this will be their third drive. The first two have ended in punts and a turnover.
and that's nice there, Mel. You know, turn a little disaster play into something solid. You know.
I agree, but again, you have to turn this into points at some point.
Cobras should rely on the fundamentals, go back to the run game, and really see what they can do there.
So first and 10. First and 10 Cobras. Ball spotted on the 33, 34-yard line. Thompson with four wide receivers, two to each side. Takes the snap, fakes the hands off. He looks, fakes it, throws it across the middle. It's caught. He breaks the tackle and then finally gets hit. That is number 17,
13.
Deshaun Johnson. 13?
Yep, 13.
Oh, that's Andre Daniels. Andre
And
Daniels on the reception.
a
Daniels,
nice,
veteran receiver for the Cobras.
nice yards after the catch there, Mel. And way to make something get a little bit more extra yards.
Really moving the chains. You gotta move off of that. You gotta make a move off of that. That was a pretty solid snap there.
And Daniels is known for running after the catch, so we'll see how the Cobras capitalize on that. First and 10, ball spotted at the 43. Thompson takes the snap, gives it off, gives it to Gaddy. Gaddy spins and then he's hit at midfield. That is number 23, or that was Washington, excuse me. That was number 23 that made the hit, Sean Holloway. Holloway, a veteran with the team as well for Erie. That'll bring up second down.
And let's see, Mel, if the Express go back to that blitz package they've been bringing all first quarter. So let's see if they go back to that.
Looks like that gains.
Express got sucker punched by or the Express sucker punched the Cobras. Being the number two team in the tier one. How can the number one Cobras respond?
I think that ranking, if you're asking Erie Express players and fans, Thompson drops back throw, throws it across the middle. It's caught. That is number 6, D'Angelo Thompson, the brother of Slap Thompson.
And
But going back to what I was saying, if you ask Erie Express fans and players, the rankings are switched around, and Erie feels that they should be the number one team. And it's hard to argue with them early on. 14 to nothing, two big runs. You're kind of looking like it should be the other way around.
and going back to that last play here, Mel, way to go for Slap Thompson to stand in there and take that pressure and still deliver that throw.
Yeah, Thompson is known for staying in the pocket as long as he possibly can until he absolutely has to run. So first and 10 Cobras, ball on the express side of the field, spotted at the 40, 38.
Going back to the running game here.
And the Cobras, I mean, Express snuffed that out quick.
And it's saying it's no gain. So it'll be second down and 10. Cobras not afraid to keep with the run.
And back to that standing there for the Express, wanting that flip right from the 2-1. Being the 2 seed, they have no pressure here. The pressure is here on the Cobras being the number 1 seed.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that was going to be a question I presented to you. Do you think there's some pressure on the Cobras being the number one team right now?
Without a doubt. I mean, when you're number
Thompson.
one,
And
It's
that's
picked
picked off.
off. That's number 1, O'Shea Jackson.
Got a nice little INT there by Ice Cube, Mel.
like the reference, like the reference. But
And
I'm really starting to think that this is possibly the pressure getting to the Cobras as
Without a doubt, when you're that number one team, in the league, all the teams are going to be throwing their best at that team. So right now, I mean, the Express is throwing everything they got there.
and
that
what
is the
a
second turnover for the Express. Let's see, deep in their own territory. Let's see if the Express can keep the success of the run on the field with
and
this drive.
what a drive killer INT that was for the Cobras, Mel. They were kind of putting something together here, and then interception kills the drive.
I think this gives the Cobras though some time to really focus on the defense and seeing if they can really uh, keep um, the Express's offense at bay.
That, that is a good right about now. That is a good question and something to think about, as there is another referees conference. So again, I'm wondering if there is something about this offense that has the Cobras shook, and I don't think that's what it is. I really think that there's just a sense of the Cobras having some pressure unnecessarily put against themselves. You find out you're the number one team after last week, and now you come in with the number two team. It's game of the week. I think the Cobras put a lot of pressure on themselves unnecessarily.
It looks like the Cobras coach is down there having a discussion with the Express starting quarterback. Wonder what that could be about, Mel.
Could be probably letting him know there's a hit coming. I don't know. Not going to say that's really what it is, but you
The
know,
key here when you're down as a team is sticking back to your fundamentals. What are the strengths in your game and just staying calm, right? There's a lot of time left in this game. You can definitely go on a run. You can't get too worked up.
absolutely, it's 2:45. Even though you feel like this first quarter has went by fast, but it really hasn't. So with that, you are right, X. It is a lot of football left to be played, and I myself am waiting to see if the Cobras can get out of this bad start and make the plays needed. It's only a 14 to nothing game. Unless this game gets out of hand, as I knock on wood, unless this game gets out of hand quickly, and we're looking at a 28 to nothing score by the time halftime gets here, the Cobras still have a chance. The Cobras have come from behind, as we saw in week one. They came from behind to win the game against the defending champs in the Gladiators. This is not something that they're not against doing.
And yeah, man, we've seen it 1,000 times. Even in the NFL, when teams get a nice, comfortable lead at halftime, they'll come out in a prevent mode and they just give up yards. And
The only thing
that's
that does is prevent you from winning.
yeah, literally. You know what I call it, Mel? I call it the Joe Woods special.
You know what?
You Cleveland Browns fans know what I'm talking about.
I know I know Joe Woods very well, and Joe Woods' defenses were
The bread and
always
butter,
for
cover two deep safeties every time.
for no reason at all. And you had
uh,
some those, and you know what? The fact that you bring that up defensively, looking at those teams, I think Joe Woods had better. Not Joe Woods, but yeah, Joe Woods. I think Joe Woods had better defensive teams than Jim Schwartz has with this team. Yet the Jim Schwartz's teams were better statistically. How does that work?
hey Mel,
And it looks like they're going to give the Cobras back the ball.
that's interesting here, Mel. I wonder what happened down there because it was a very long discussion between officials and coaches down there on my field.
I did see an Erie player jump off sides, so that might have been what they were arguing. So
So was it offsides on the interception, as what it would probably
I'm
be?
going to assume that that's what it was. So it's going to be second down. Thompson takes the handoff. He throws. It's behind.
And even there, the Cobras got to get back into it, man. That pass right there could have led to another interception.
It could have. I think
Yeah.
this is around the time that you get in Thompson's ear and tell him to settle down. Not saying that he's tense or anything of that nature, but we've all seen, you know, we've seen Thompson in a state of hurry up.
Yeah, I would say like eager, like excited, ready for the next play. But to some extent, you got to calm it down. You got to calm it down.
And normally this would be about the time. So the third down, and there's another flag.
And that's encroachment on the express here, Mel.
And Thompson's known for the hard count. As a player, I think that is the most frustrating thing to see when you are a player on the defensive side of the ball trying to time up the snap, and then that happens.
And Slap Thompson is very good at that hard count cadence, Mel. I've seen him do it multiple times last week, and he's back at it again this week.
So it's 3rd and 2. Thompson fakes the handoff. He tries to go up the middle. He does go up the middle. Did he get enough for the first down? It looks like he did. And he does get the first down. If you watched our broadcast a couple weeks ago against the Port City Spartans, Thompson had 3 rushing touchdowns. So don't be surprised if you see Thompson moving his legs.
And that play reminded me of the Urban Meyer special there, Mel. You know, calling a zone read on third down and short. That was Urban Meyer's bread and butter, man.
But Urban had the wherewithal to know that his quarterbacks up until
Haskins.
Haskins and Barrett were extremely mobile.
And even Haskins will get those first downs, those third and shorts.
He throws. It's
And that's a
caught.
high catch.
He's got it.
And that is a touchdown for
Touchdown.
the Cobras.
Cobras.
Way to answer the call there by the Cobras.
Exactly what X said. Way to respond for the Cobras. They get on the scoreboard here. And we got a ball game here, Mel.
That looked like that was number 89, Matt Wise. And
Yeah.
26 yards, Matt. Great extension.
Matty Ice showing ice in his veins right here, Mel. When the pressure's on them.
And that was a great catch. I love seeing catches like that.
And great work on the for the Cobras offense there. Just taking that drive. That drive was pretty long there. It took up most of that quarter, most of the rest of the quarter there, and taking advantage of it.
And that was a good thing. You are absolutely right, X. To keep the defense, keep the Erie Express defense off the field or on the field. Keep the offense off the field because the offense has been your kryptonite so far. But with this touchdown, it might have just given the Cobras some momentum.
We line up here for the extra point here, Mel. Ben Lyons. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it's good.
Score now 14 Express, Cobras 7.
And with that, now we have a game, as you said, Cam. Are we looking at a shootout if the defense for the Cobras can stand up and hold tight?
And here, Mel, sometimes that's all a team's defense needs is to see that offense go down there and put some points on the board to get them fired up. So we'll see how that Cobras defense comes out and looks here in this next series.
Also got to understand here for the Express, for the Cobras, they don't know what their offense is going to do because they got a new QB. He likes to pass it. They got a solid run game. So for for the Cobras, they got to figure out what the Express are putting out there, and they've seen what they could do so far.
And the scary part about that statement is we haven't seen Brandon Hanna this year. So with that, yes, we have seen Brandon Hanna in the past, but mind you, Brandon Hanna had retired and Lions on the kick, but the Express got him out of retirement. So we haven't seen him throw the ball yet, and I think that's the scary part of this whole situation. Kicks away,
Yeah, I don't see a
over in,
return
it
man on that.
bounces. They might want to pick it up. right down the sideline,
He
breaks
breaks
a
the tackle.
tackle, spin move,
He's
still on his feet.
and he gets slammed down pretty hard. And it looks like a little extra confrontation after the tackle there, Mel.
Now return there, fire it up. The Express there. Let's see what they're going to do here on their drive.
Yeah, and you know what people don't realize about both the Cobras and the Express is that both teams have great returners.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that you got to watch out for. I think Lions had the right idea. Keep it away from the returners because if you don't, you're looking at good field position. This ball right now is spotted on their own 38. It could have been a lot worse.
Cobras here looking to find some momentum, not on the offensive side this time, but on the defensive side.
And
First and 10.
let's see if the Express come out and try to pound that run game again here, Mel. They've been
Three
great at it so
receivers at the
far.
bottom of your screen, one at the top for Hannah. Hannah making adjustments. There's a false start.
And that'll back the Express up here, Mel.
Yeah, it will. And that's going into the second quarter, not what you really want
And
because it
maybe
stops
that,
the clock.
yeah, maybe that's just what the Cobras wanted, though, right there. Trying to find something to
Yeah,
get
at
the
this
momentum
point,
on
you're
their
right.
side.
You're looking for any positive.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going to just maybe ride the clock out.
That'll bring up first and 15 here, Mel. And I'm assuming Express might either just try to take a deep shot or they might just hand it off to the back, see if they can get here to close out this first
Well,
quarter.
truth be told, if you're an express coach, why would you go away from the run right about now? 2 runs over 30 yards with Smith and 2 touchdowns.
Got a point there, Mel. Cobras haven't shown they can stop the run, so why stop running it?
Absolutely. Hannah throws the screen to number 8, and that will do it for the first quarter as we are in a barn burner so far as the Cobras cut into the Erie Express lead 14-7. We will be right back with the start of the second quarter right after this. And we are back with the second quarter. It is now second and looks like 11. Hannah directing traffic, sends a man in motion, gives it to that's number 41.
And he's
He
in
has
trouble.
nowhere to go. He is brought down.
Yeah, he's in trouble. And
Just
look,
what the Cobras defense needed
That
there.
was Gary Williams on the run, but he was stopped. He had nowhere to go. That'll bring up third down
That
from
was a
about
3-on-1 right there.
like we said in the keys to the game here, Mel. Can we get off the field when we need to get off the field here on third down?
yeah, and that's something that's important because in this heat, if it's 90 up here, it's got to be at least 110 on the field. And for those watching at home, that may not sound like the math doesn't add up, but when you add heat to turf, it does. So third and 14. Hannah looks. He throws it deep. He's got man. It's covered.
And
Looks
it's
like it was
picked
picked
off.
off.
Interception there, Cobras. Just what they needed. Just what they needed.
And
Way to play a deep ball.
you couldn't play it any better than that, Mel. Great
And
coverage
that was
there.
number 18.
And the Cobras look like they're getting some life and some momentum here.
Deontay McDonald. If we got the number correctly, and it looks like we did, McDonald, way to play Griffey safe center field.
You live and you die by the deep ball there. Tested it out. Express tested it out there once again. And thankfully for the Cobras, they were able to take advantage on the offensive or on the defensive side, excuse me.
And that was what they needed. They needed a turnover as they gave up two, but now they have one. So not only have they cut in half of the lead of the game, or the score of the game, they also cut into the turnover battle. And they're only down by one. So if they get another turnover, we're looking at a different game here. But let's see if the Cobras can capitalize off of the turnover.
And observing so far, man, it looks like
Sorry
now,
about that, Mel.
I'm not saying that they're comfortable, but the Cobras seem to be, taking this momentum and trying to find a positive out of it.
First and 10, four wide receivers, two to each side for the Cobras. Thompson directing traffic. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. He rolls out. He throws just over the outstretched hands. Looked like Wise. That'll be. I think they're trying to move the pocket a little bit.
And Mel, those type of plays like that are good drive starters here if you want to get the ball in the air a little bit.
Looking to jump start the offense here in the second quarter. Let's see what the Cobras can do.
And I'm really hoping, as not even as just as a fan, but as a person who loves the game, I'm hoping the Cobras can tie this game so we know what kind of game we're gonna be in. So second and 10, same formation, hands off. Looks like that was Calhoun. I could be wrong, but I saw dreads, and that was Calhoun. That brings up third down, and they give him one, so it's third down and 9.
And shout out to that express defensive line there. Stuff in the middle.
Yeah, Express defense here looking to just take the momentum back from the Cobras.
And
This
if
is like a
you're
tug of war.
and if you're the Express, you're thinking that because you just gave up a touchdown and there is a timeout called by the Cobras, their first of the half, so they are down to 2. And with that, we will take a timeout with them and be right back.
It's Taco Baby.
We are back after the timeout. Third down and 9 for the Cobras. Express showing blitz. Throws it, and he's caught, and hit. That was Wise on the catch, but he's hit immediately, and that brings up fourth down. And it's going to bring out the punt unit. I I agree with this call because you don't want to give the Express any more field position than they can already get just based on the way their running backs have been running today.
And let's see here, Mel. Can the Cobras get a good punt off here? Because that last one was a little bit iffy. But see if the Cobras punter can pin them back a little bit.
We're going to hope so.
And here now in this game, so far, I think the pressure is most on the Cobras offense. The two defenses are showing their strengths on the Express and on the Cobra side, but right now the pressure is on the offense for the Cobras.
And he gets it off, takes a bounce, and it'll die inside the 28-yard line.
And that's a solid punt there for the Cobras there, Mel, to back them up a little bit because Express been having some pretty good field position here lately.
Yes, they have, and that's the beauty of having a punter if you're the Cobras. But again, I have to wonder as a player, do the Cobras have enough? Knowing what we've seen from Erie so far, do the Cobras have enough to stop and get another turnover to help out the Cobra offense?
And here, Mel, you know what the Cobras need to do? They need to play complementary football on offense and defense in order to come back in this game and possibly win.
First and 10 for Express. Hannah, four wide receivers. Both sides are stacked. He's got Smith with him. Takes the snap. He throws it on the screenplay. Gets down the sideline. Breaks a couple tackles. Hit from behind. That ball almost came loose.
And there we got a little quick game there by Hannah there, Mel. And it looks like they're going tempo right here.
Yeah, Hannah has been one to love a tempo offense. Gets the first down.
Express looking here to right the wrong from that last drive. What can Hannah do?
And there we
Flag
go
They
with
on
the
the
will have a
play.
flag.
false start there
Number
from
70.
Express.
A little anxious. So it'll be first and 15. 11 minutes, 20 seconds to go and counting in the first half. Before halftime, if the Express can, well, not even the Express, if the Cobras can get the stop, what do you guys think the Cobras can do, or what should they do in order to get this game back into something that they can handle? Hands
So
off the Smith. Smith down. Smith thought he was going to get away from the tackle, but he's brought down from behind.
So yeah, if the Cobras can get a 3-and-out here against the Express, I think that the momentum goes back to the Cobras just naturally. But the Express's defense showed on the Cobras offense that they're not gonna let them take advantage. So the defense is gonna have to take advantage. The Cobras defense is gonna have to take advantage of uh, the Express's offense here.
I tend to agree. So second down, throws over his own tip, but then he catches it. That is number 12, Shy Pleasure. Or was it Singleton? Looks like that was number 17, Singleton. I apologize. Yeah, Nasir Singleton making the catch. And it actually does give Erie the first down. Actually, take that back. It's going to bring up third down.
yeah, I was about to cook you there, Mel.
I appreciate it.
Now let's see here if the
Third
Cobras
and 11, actually.
let's see here if the Cobras can get off the field here, Mel. Give that ball back to that offense with a maybe decent field position.
And the Cobras call another timeout. They are down to one before halftime with 9:27 to go. We'll stick with this timeout. because I have to ask, I got a question to bring up to the both of you. As X, you mentioned if the Cobras can get a three and out, what happens if the Express gets this third down conversion? Is it still a loss that they can get a three and out on this drive?
As long as the Cobras don't score here, and that's knock on wood, right? Uh, the game's still on, so it's still a tug of war here. I thought it was going to be a barn burner, but right now this is more of like a game of tug of war. It's slow paced and it's really based on what the defenses are putting out right now. So it's more of a late round fight, if that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense as both coaches are playing chess. As we've Coach Portman and Coach Rogers, Coach Adam are making it known they are not going to give up to the last whistle. Hannah with three wide receivers to the bottom of your screen, one up the top. Third down and 11. Takes the snap. He throws it. It's almost caught, but dropped by number 8. That's Jackson. Very.
Interesting decision there. What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
It was a great pass. He had it. He just dropped it. Like he beat his DB. Hannah did the best he could by putting it in between the safety and the corner. All Jackson had to do with it was just come down with it, and he couldn't. I know he's
And
going to beat himself up for that one, but
and if that ball was converted, Mel, how much of a blower would have been for the Cobras defense if that ball was caught?
that's another question. Like if they stay on the field, that's bad because it's already hot. You got to get this defense off the field.
Express here in pump formation.
That is Lezon on the punt. Punts, punts away. It's short. It's going to take a bounce and be down at what looks like the 25.
Like I said earlier, the
No, they're
pressure
going
is
to spot
on.
it at the 23.
Like I said earlier, the Cobras have the most pressure here. Can they answer? Can they answer here?
If you're a Cobras fan, you're hoping that they can answer, as it is now they got the three and out that you mentioned, and now with that, can they at least get a drive together where it takes some time off the clock and makes the Erie defense tired?
Work them in this hot sun on that hot turf.
First and 10 Cobras, ball spotted on the 30. I'm going to say it was the 34 or 33. Well, actually, the 20, 23, 24. Close to the 25. Thompson in four wide receiver set. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. He looks, he throws. It's caught. He's hit. Still on his feet. Fumbles the ball. He's still going. Breaks the tackle.
Just what they needed. Just what they
And that
needed.
is
They're answering to
Way to be
adversity
aware
there.
there by that
Dropped the
Cobras
ball there. It
receiver
was a
there,
fumble.
Mel.
Recovered. Pretty solid there from the Cobras.
that was Chris Conley on the catch. He took the hit, fumbled the ball, but picked it up. Great awareness.
We see some of that momentum here going back towards the Cobra side of the ball here, Mel.
Ref signals, as much as Erie's coach wants to argue, the ref signals a first down. As we're going to drop it back up to 9 minutes. Well, they back it up a little bit to the Express 43, but nevertheless, it's a first down for the Cobras in plus territory.
We'll see if the Cobras
Three
here.
wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Matt Wise looks like he's up at the top of the screen. Sends one in motion. Takes the snap, hands it off to Calhoun. Calhoun goes up the middle, takes a hit. They give him one, so it'll be second down and 9.
And that Erie, that Express defense here again, Mel, being stout here in the run game.
As long as we've known the Express, they've always had a great run stopper. We go back to DeJuan Smith on that line, retired Erie Express player, former Shaw High graduate. But you just got to know that Portman recruits the way that he does for that reason. And mostly it's to stop the run and cause chaos on the line. Four wide receivers for Thompson. Calhoun still with him in the backfield. Here he's showing blitz. They back off. Thompson, he throws, and it's just dropped. He would have been a yard shy of the first down.
If that catch was brought in there, Mel, that would have been nice to make it a nice third down and manageable for the Cobras here.
You are absolutely right. That brings up third down and 9.
Got to give credit here to the Express defense here, stopping the momentum there after that big gain of yards.
But, you know, we knew going into this that both teams were going to make plays.
Flag on the play.
Oh,
It looks like a little
looks like a legal
substitution.
substitution against Erie. So Erie makes a mental mistake and gives. So it's now a 3rd and 4 after a 5-yard penalty.
And that turns into a manageable third down here, Mel. So
You
let's
are,
see.
Cam, you are absolutely right. And that's got to be a bad mental mistake by Erie. I know Coach Portman is going to have a fit about that one on the sideline. If
Cobras
he
have options here, Mel. They can run it, they can throw it. It's manageable here.
very manageable.
It looks like we
And
have a
Coach
little.
Portman is actually on the field now, arguing a call. I'm thinking he's arguing that penalty.
And also, Mel, we've been seeing the coaches get a little chippy out here too.
You
Arguing
know,
with the refs a little
and
bit
that's
too.
what happens in a rivalry game.
And just like what they say, Mel, your team is a reflection of their coach.
And you got two of the best in the Tri-Point League right here, and it's showing because we haven't this season. We have not seen a chess match the way we've seen this today.
And that's just credit to them being a high level team.
And there's another flag. Offsides against Erie, and that might give
That's big there.
that might give the Cobras a first down.
And here we're seeing the Express here, Mel, committing a lot of penalties here.
That
Look like
does give them the first down, and the ball is now spotted at the Express 32.
Clearly, the momentum is there for the Cobras. Can they take advantage? Can they score?
You
Make
hear
this a
the
tie ball
crowd
game.
over our microphones. You can hear the crowd. It's a decent crowd for both sides. Thompson looks, throws,
and it is almost picked
almost
off.
knocked away.
And
That was number 25.
I don't think that Express defensive line was even set for that snap there, Mel. It looked like they got caught off guards a little bit.
Actually, that was number 5. That would be Cam Sanders. So Sanders reading the eyes of the QB of where Thompson wanted to go, and he knocks the ball away.
7:25 left in this half.
Again, as you see, like I said, great turnout for both teams. Erie just but an hour away east of Cleveland.
And how huge would this drive be here, Mel, if Slap Thompson leads the Cobras down for a touchdown?
If Thompson can do that, this stadium is going to go berserk, at least the sideline. Thompson fakes it, Throws it. It's caught by Daniels. Daniels gets some room. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet. He's got it. He breaks the tackle. He's
And
in.
look at that effort there.
Touchdown. Cobras.
Just what the Cobras needed.
And I must have just talked it up here, Mel. What a great effort by the receiver of the Cobras.
Andre Daniels showing he will not be denied and gets in the end zone. And we are possibly looking at a tie game with 7:13 left to go before halftime.
And give credit to Slap Thompson, Mel, here, commanding that offense and leading those guys down there.
And that is just what you wanted from Thompson, especially in a game like this. As our brothers from Western Reserve Radio said, Daniels was not going to be denied. His next stop was going to be Detroit. They might have been right because he could have kept running. Ben Lyons on for the kick as they get another person on. And it looks like there's
Offsides
offsides.
here on the Express. Express have really been killing themselves here on this drive here, Mel, with
You are
costly
absolutely
penalties.
right, pointing out that that's the third or fourth offsides penalty that they've had. And I gotta imagine, knowing Coach Portman for Erie, you gotta imagine halftime he is gonna flip about these penalties, especially offsides penalties.
And you can kind of say here, there, Mel, that the Express kind of gifted the Cobras here this touchdown with all those costly penalties.
You would be right in your observation because looking at it, they gave him two offsides penalties before the first down, and then they gave him an illegal substitution penalty, and now the offsides penalties, and then Andre Daniels gets in the end zone.
And it looks like the Cobras head coach is hot over there, Mel, and he's going off on the sideline.
I think that's a little back and forth that with the Erie Express. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and we are deadlocked at 14.
I don't know if you can feel it, Mel,
Express
but I
starting
feel the
to.
energy here, man.
Yeah, the
You
energy's
know,
live here. Express
I
starting to
feel the
lose a bit of
energy.
their aura here. They sucker punched the Cobras early in the game,
Look at
but
the
now,
Cobras head coach over there pumping everybody up. I love to see that. I love it.
now this is a game.
The
This is a
crowd
game
is
for
Coach
getting
sure.
into
Adam
it.
is ecstatic.
It's got me want to come up here and jump up and down now, Mel.
As long as nothing breaks and nobody gets hurt, I'm all for it. As we said, like it's a very good turnout for both teams, especially in the heat.
And you know who the Cobras head coach reminds me of right now? Coach Jason Brown from Last Chance U. He's giving me those type of vibes right now. Shout out to Coach JB, man.
For those that are watching, Last Chance U, a very good show about college athletes trying to get a second chance. Ben Lyons set the kick off.
It's a ball game. Here we go.
Kicks away. It's deep. Fielded inside the 5. It's number 20. Gets around the
He's
circle.
got the
Oh,
outside
runs
a
into
little
a
bit.
player. Cobras player.
Very solid.
That was number 20, EJ Scott.
And that's
Cobras.
that's great special teams right there, Mel, by the Cobras.
Cobras putting the pressure here on the Express here. Can Express answer the call?
With the momentum that's on the side, with what we have seen on the sideline for the Cobras, it's gonna be hard. The crowd's now into it, and the defense has been making their stops when they needed to. So that's a great question. But knowing Brandon Hanna and knowing the way he commands the huddle, it's gonna be a deadlock match to see who's gonna take over this game. So 1st and 10, Express, ball spotted at the 24. 4 wide receivers. Hanna takes the snap, hands off to Smith. Smith tries to get some room up the middle, and he gets down to about the 30. And there's a flag on the play.
Things are getting chippy there, Mel.
And there's a coach on the field for Erie. I don't know why there's a flag that hasn't been thrown there.
I don't know about you here, Mel. I like to see stuff like that. It's getting chippy out
As
there.
long as it doesn't turn into a hockey fight, I'm cool. And it is a personal foul against the Cobras. It's going to give them 15 yards.
If I'm the Cobras head coach here, Mel, I'm telling my guys, let's stay disciplined, guys. We don't want to shoot ourselves in the foot as we did in the first quarter. We want to stay disciplined here. The more disciplined team will win.
Exactly.
You don't want to just give Express free, easy yards with that run game they've been
And
having.
you just gave them great field position. Your ball's now spotted at the 45 here at Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. Number one versus number two. And this game so far has lived up to the hype here in the Tri-Point League. Four wide receivers on the field, three to the bottom of your screen, one at the top for Hannah. Man in motion, takes the sweep. Hannah takes it, trying to get to the outside, and he gets nowhere. And there's a great way to sniff that out. That brings up second down.
And that's just great
Loses about
pursuit.
two on that, so it'll be second down and 12.
That's just great pursuit there, Mel, by that Cobras defense, being able to sniff it out and attack.
The good thing about this is, again, both teams know each other very well. There's not a lot of drop off or what you would call team team changeover. A lot of these guys know each other. A lot of these guys have played around long enough. And if you don't know Brandon Hanna by now as a player, he is one of, if not the best dual threat quarterback on this side of the country. And there's a stoppage. And the Cobras call their final timeout. They are out of timeouts.
It's a bold decision there by the Cobras head coach there, Mel. Used his last time on here with about 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
And to be honest, I have to equate this to the chess match that we mentioned earlier, because both coaches, Coach Portman and Coach Adam, are trying to get to where who makes the first mistake as a head coach. And I think by calling these timeouts, it gives the Cobras time to regroup, get their next move together, and not worry so much as they would have had this been a game in the past.
It's
On
been
the
an
other side,
interesting first half here.
I also think that it definitely is time management for the Cobras on that side. It also could be to their detriment, right? Later on in this game.
Well, halftime, you can't take them with you in the locker room, so I
True.
understand that. But second down and hands off to Smith. Smith's got some room. He slips and falls.
And if he doesn't slip there, Mel, he's got a pretty big game coming there because there were nobody over there on the Cobra
And
side.
that could have been really scary had he stayed on his feet. So it brings it up third down and 11.
It's a big hit third down here coming up here for the Cobras defense here, Mel. Let's see can they get off the field and possibly get a ball back to their offense to take the lead here before the half.
If I'm Andy Code, one of the Cobras captains, or big number 94, Cam Wells, I am telling them let's get off the field right now. Third down and 11. Now it's five wide receivers. Smith, Hannah takes it. He looks. He's under pressure. He might want to get rid of it. Almost dragged down from behind,
And
but
we
there's a
have a flag
flag on the
here,
play. It's
Mel.
actually two.
And there's a fight here on the
And
sideline. We got a scuffle here on the sideline here, Mel.
there's a scuffle on the sideline.
And if I'm the ref, he needs to break this fight up. And things are getting chippy once again here, Mel.
That was something you said you liked.
I like seeing that stuff there, Mel. And I'm sure penalties will be assessed to both teams here, Mel. And one of the Express coaches is kind of too late now. He should have already went out there and grabbed his guys.
They gotta keep their emotions at bay here so we can still have a game.
Well, we'll keep an eye on this one because this could be, if this turns into a scuffle, this could be heavy losses for both teams.
And yeah,
Seems
Mel.
as if the Express they're getting a little salty here. They're salty that the Cobras made this a game again.
Well, again, the last time we saw the Express and the Cobras play was 2021, so it's been a couple years since they've both played each other. Not a lot has changed as opposed to ownership, coaches, and players. So this is almost expected, not to this level, but the chippiness is expected, and I don't see why this would be anything different and or what people would be accustomed to knowing it's Erie and the Cobras.
And yeah, Mel, I don't know what you guys expected. This is almost as close as you can get as a rivalry game, and you know things get chippy out here.
Again, even in this short rivalry, this short series, the rivalry has been there. As again, some players have played for both Erie and the Cobras, and other players have played against the Cobras and against Erie.
And remind me the stat. What was the score of the last game
47-0 in favor
for
of Erie.
in favor of Erie? So exactly right. So I don't think that Erie was expecting the Cobras to be where they are now. You know what I'm saying? We talked about it earlier. They have a feeling, the fans have a feeling as if the standings are swapped right from being the 2 seed to the 1 seed. So they kind of got that entitlement. They think that they have the one up on the Cobras, and that's what I was saying earlier. I think that they're getting a little salty here that the Cobras are keeping this a
You
barn
might
burner.
be right because all week there was jaw jacking between both teams across several message boards. So I don't I don't disagree with you. I just felt like knowing what we've seen from the Cobras all season, they are battle tested. They played the two best teams in the country back to back weeks, playing the Detroit Ravens and the Michigan Gators. I You got to assume for the Detroit Ravens, they're going to be in nationals down in Florida, and you know, with that, knowing that you played the two best teams in Michigan and the number one team in the country in the Detroit Ravens at this time, you've got to know your confidence is where it's supposed to be.
It
Looks like the
reminds me of this. You ever play pickup basketball with your brother? Like your younger brother, and you beat him all the time, but then you take a few years off, you come back, you play him, and then
he shows you up.
yeah, he shows you up. You're kind of like, okay, I wasn't expecting that, so I think that's exactly what's going on here. They're trying to little bro the Cobras. The
So
Cobras are like, hey, we ain't little bros anymore.
those were offsetting penalties. So it's going to be 321, and the Cobras will receive this punt from the Express. Express have a great punter. So do the Cobras and Ben Lyons.
And if the Cobras come here on this drive and score a touchdown,
Kicks
you know
away.
they're going to be yapping here, Mel. And he kicks out of
Knuckleballs it out of
bounds.
bounds. Let's see where the ref spots it.
All the momentum here with the Cobras here, Mel. So
They're going to spot it at the 25,
we haven't
and that
really
is where the Cobras will take over first and 10.
we haven't really talked about the Express, facing adversity in this game so far.
Because we haven't really seen the Cobra, well, the Express face adversity outside of the WPA game where they beat the Wildcats 7-0. But that was 3 weeks ago. You know, by week 4, your team should be the train should be rolling. So because we have not seen them struggle often, you're right, we have not seen how they face adversity.
And it looks like here the Cobras defense is, huddling here on the track here, going over some stuff.
And I am not opposed to that as a former player. You have to communicate as players with your teammates. You have to have that chemistry. So when you get back on the field, you know what to expect. Thompson takes the snap, he throws. It's caught.
And we got a flag here, Mel.
And number
Flag on the
two,
play.
there's a flag on the
And
play.
it looks like it's holding here on the offense. So that'll move the
Holding
Cobras back.
against the Cobras, that's going to hurt the drive.
What
It's
a
not going to kill anything, but it's going to hurt. It's going to make it a longer 1st and 20.
So,
and that
question
pen.
for both of you guys: what do the Cobras need to do before the half?
Honestly, in my opinion, if the Cobras can get in Ben Lyons' range, so at least inside the 40, if they can get to the 35, at Ben Lyons' range, I think he can give the Cobras a lead before halftime, knowing that you have to kick off to the Express in the second half. So if I'm coaching right now, my immediate thought is get in field goal range. The closer we get to the field to the goalpost, the easier it will be to get points on the board. So 1st and 20, slap, takes the handoff, he throws, it's caught. It's going to be second down. So it'll be second down and 15. That's a smart play. Try to get what you lost back.
And how many times, Mel, have we seen a football team just dink and dive it down in the field goal range and just kick it?
But with a minute and 25, you have to come up with something that's get big chunks of yards because you're out of timeouts.
Yeah, and that penalty was costly there on that first down play there for the Cobras. It was a nice, solid game, but had to move them back.
Thompson takes this, looks, he throws across the middle. It's caught.
And it's
Oh, it
incomplete.
comes out at the last minute.
Couldn't come down
Incomplete.
with it.
Incomplete there.
It brings up third down and 15.
Express just showing, will right here on the defensive end. Trying to get into the next half
Slap put
with,
that ball on target too, man. That
Definitely.
was a great pass.
And
without a doubt.
it'd be interesting to hear Mel, if the Cobras turn the ball over and give the Express back the ball here with a little bit of time left. Could they take a deep shot, or could they line up for a kick too?
And that's the last thing you want to do is give Brandon Hanna the ball back before halftime with time on the clock. Empty set, 5 wide receivers for Thompson. Thompson takes it, looks. He might want to get rid of it. He's under pressure. He throws.
And it's picked off. I don't know if he was
It's
in bounds
intercepted,
though.
but they say it's an interception.
And that is a costly mistake there by Slap Thompson, trying to make a play with his feet. He probably should have just thrown it away there, Mel.
And
And
right
he
there,
gives the
that
Express the ball here and close to the red zone.
that's a
And
momentum
that's,
changer there, Cam.
yeah, that is a momentum changer with 51 seconds left. That was not a throw I would want Thompson to make. And you give the Express and Brandon Hanna great field position. As now, when you look at it, they're still in field goal range. I have not seen Lazan kick, but the way he's been punting and kicking the ball off, he's got a strong enough leg. And I believe even if they stall this drive, they may take the lead with a field goal. So 1st and 10 for the Express. The ball will be spotted at the Cobra 35. Four wide receivers. Anna takes the snap, hands off to Smith. Smith tries to get around the edge, breaks a
Breaks the
couple
tackle.
tackles.
He's got the outside here,
He's
Mel.
got the outside, and then stiff arms a man, and then finally brought
And
out
we
of
got a little bit
bounds.
of extra confrontation here after the out of bounds push off there, Mel.
It's a first down for the Express. Ball's now spotted at the Cobra 23. I think the Express are content with bleeding the clock until it gets down. 30 seconds to go. Hannah, first and 10. Smith at the backfield with him. Sends his man in motion. Takes the snap. Hands off to Smith. Smith mids off. And then he's wrapped up and body slammed down.
And it looks like the Express are just trying to run it up there so they can line up here for a field goal here to end the quarter here, Mel.
It was 38 seconds on the clock. Now we're at 30. And Erie calls a timeout.
And Erie has a lot of choices. They could take a shot here. They actually could take two shots if they
What
want
would
to.
you do if this were you in the situation
Um,
as the Express coach?
I would try to take a shot here, right here, Mel. See if we can get something here, maybe a pass interference or maybe even a touchdown. And then after that, if I don't convert that, taking a shot, I'll just run it and just try to line it up for my kicker.
X, what about you?
I'm looking to score here. They gave me that open. They gave me great field position. I'm gonna take advantage for that. I'm gonna go shoot. I'm gonna try to take full reins of this game. I'm not saying that the game will be over, but
You
that's
sound
what I'm
like a
going for.
Madden player, is what you sound like.
Yeah.
You give me the ball this. I'm taking advantage. Give me the ball this close. Yeah. Again, we got to keep in mind for those at home watching, the Express still have two timeouts after this. So taking a shot turns into not only two but maybe four because now you get to stop the clock two more times. And as a coach, I'm salivating at the thought of what I could do at play wise to call.
What I would do here, Mel, I would throw it twice and run it twice.
First and 10. Hannah fakes the handoff. He looks. He's under pressure. He might want to get rid of it. He throws. Knocked away. Great play by number one. O'Shea, what is that? Todd Mitchell. Todd started the game last week. Out of interception. A big interception. It turned into a pick six. Even though he got called back, Todd is not the guy you want to challenge.
And way to use that sideline there as that Cobras defender use that sideline to help him there.
We set our clock back up to 21 seconds. As we said, incomplete. You take a couple shots, and you still got two timeouts in your back pocket. Looks like that's third. Third down and 10. Hannah looking to throw. He's under pressure. Rolls out. Gets down the sideline and then gets out of bounds. He gets the first down with 12 seconds to go.
And that's the perk of they're having an athletic QB there, Mel, being able to get you a couple yards on the ground when there's nobody open.
And that's what Brandon Hanna does best. He can throw it, but he can also run it. And it looks like they give him a first down at the 10, maybe the 11. So it'll be a first and goal situation.
And for Hannah, as a retired vet just coming in, he looks like he's like just perfect at controlling the game here.
Honestly, Hanna looks like he's never lost a step. Hands off the
And
fumble
it's
on the
a
play.
fumble.
The ball's still loose.
And that
Cobras
is Cobras
recover.
ball. And what
Just
a
what the
huge
Cobras
stand
needed.
right there
The
for the Cobras
turnover
here.
battle is now deadlocked at 2. And what a play for the Cobras. Putting pressure on Hanna and the running back to cause a fumble, a bad handoff. Cobras get it. 8 seconds left, 6 seconds left. Not much you can do, but to kill the drive, that's got to be momentum in itself.
That was big for the Cobras there. They were looking for something and they found it.
And how
Good
big of
work
a
there.
confidence boost is that for the Cobras defense there, Mel, to go into the half with a turnover?
And going into halftime with that turnover, the coaching staff has got to be ecstatic. On top of that, knowing you can cause turnovers against this offense, that's even better as a thought because now you've seen, to a degree, you've seen Erie's best punch. and you've come back and tied the game. And it looks like Erie's just going to take a knee, and they do. And that'll bring us to halftime as we are deadlocked, folks, at 14. We will take halftime with it. Be right back with the start of the third quarter right after this.
It's tap on, baby.
And we are back with the second half. Deadlocked at 14. Cobras get the drive killing fumble to end the second half. Ben Lyons on the kick. So far, so good for the Cobras. But what are you guys' thoughts on what the Cobras should or need to do in the second half?
Mel, I was going to ask you the exact same question. I think right now, you know, it's an even game. The score reflects how the game is going. There's been some sloppy play early in the first half. Let's see. I think the team who's the sharpest is going to have the best advantage for this in the second half.
I agree. Cam, what about you? Who we start in the third quarter?
I think Cobras just keep pounding that ball there, Mel, keeping that swagger on the field that they have, and just staying focused. I think they'll be good. And for the Express, they need to kind of get back to their ways. You know, they kind of got a little off track here in the second quarter, so I think they need to kind of impose their will again here with the run game.
Get some score updates for you guys. Halftime. The Lima Warriors over the Canton Hurricanes, 24 to nothing. Lima, I believe this is Lima's Hall of Fame game. First and 10 for the Express. Hannah in the shotgun, four wide receivers, directing traffic. Takes the snap, hands off to Smith. Smith has a hole. He is breaking tackles, spins out of one, then finally gets brought down just past midfield.
Well, Express going back to what they know and love, that run game.
Give you
Uh,
guys a score update for our game. Smith, as you just saw, with two touchdown runs, and Slap Thompson with two touchdown passes. First and 10, ball spotted on the Cobra 49. Hannah, under, shotgun high snap, throws a screen pass, and it's low and incomplete.
Advantage here for both teams here. After the first half, the temperature has gone down a bit here for both teams. They hopefully this can give them some, a little less pressure so that they can, perform to their best abilities.
Advantage, yes, but as we both have seen, well, all three of us have seen, the heat is still on. As both teams have been chippy, both teams have given Cam what he wanted as far as the entertainment factor. So Hannah, the shotgun is second down. Hands off to Smith. Smith looking for a hole. Shakes his way, gets around the edge. He is down the sideline and finally brought out of bounds.
and what
Chippy run game. This reminds me of that old school football that they used to talk about.
I keep forgetting you guys are both younger than me. So yeah, when you say that they used to talk about it, makes me wonder how old you guys really are. But nevertheless, first and 10 for the Express. And Smith is not shy of contact. That's the good thing about his style of play.
Express here putting together a nice little drive here to start the second half here, Mel.
Indeed, that's how they started the first half, the first quarter. Both drives, but first two drives, bro, on the run.
Looks like we're in here for a treat here for the second half.
Jet sweep. And he is brought down by Andy Code. That was number 13. Actually, what is that?
And he was kind of tackled up high a little
That
bit
was
there,
number
Mel.
17, Nasir Singleton. Singleton didn't really get very far. He thought
Solid
he had
work.
a lane, but that got shut down very quickly.
Yeah, solid work here from the Cobras defense here. They can answer the run game when they need to. They just can't let those openings come out.
Another update, the Flag City Phantoms and the Racing Raiders tied at 7. Actually, he took the lead. Raiders had just scored 14-7. Gives it to Smith up the middle. Gets a couple. And that'll bring up third down and about 6. A long 6 at that.
And I wouldn't be surprised here, Mel, if the Express lean on that running game here to pick up that first down.
And with Smith's ability, I don't doubt that he couldn't get it. Actually, empty set now.
Could we see a shot here coming here, Mel?
Either that or Hannah takes off running. One of the two. Hannah takes the snap. He looks. He's out of the pocket. He's looking to throw. He's still on his feet, and looks like he will get the first down. And he does.
And it looked like there's a Cobra player down over here on the sideline there, Mel. And he might be seriously injured. And with that, it looks like we'll go to timeout here for an injury timeout.
Indeed. We will step away till the player gets up on his own, and we'll be right back. And we are back after the injury timeout. It'll be first and 10 for the Express. They can get a first down inside the 15. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the bottom of your screen. Smith. He throws a deep ball. Great play. It's incomplete.
That's
Great
good
play by the
D.
DB to take the route away.
That's good D there by that DB over there, Mel. Good coverage.
That was not the 50-50 ball I think Hannah wanted. Brings up second down.
Express here looking to wear the Cobra defense down. They're in the red zone.
Hands off to Smith. Smith has nowhere to go but slides out of a few tackles.
He's still going
And
there,
they're
Mel.
still pushing the
And it
pile.
looked like that could have been a horse collar there by the Cobras, but I don't think there was a no call on that.
Gets 4 on the play. Actually, they'll bring up a second down and about 6. Actually, they're not going to give him a lot. They're going to give him 2. It'll be second down and 8.
Seems as if we're in the third down right now from the tick.
It's a young man holding the stick, so we're going to try. But it looks like it's second. But it says third and 8. according to our brothers at Western Reserve Radio. Hannah takes the snap. He throws it. He's got a man open.
And
Diving
that was a
catch, but he
diving.
can't hold on. He
He
held
held
on
on.
to
That's a
it.
touchdown, ML.
Touchdown.
Betting on
Erie.
that 50-50 ball there. It finally went their way. Express score.
And
And
great
Brandon Hannah throws his first touchdown of the game.
and great job there by the Express there, Mel, and coming out, imposing their will, and kind of silencing that Cobra sideline with that touchdown to answer.
Indeed. And now, if you're the Cobras, your defense was just sitting on the field for a while. What do you do to keep them and have them be able to catch their breath?
It's really going to be on the Cobras offense there, right? Hopefully they can move the chains very slow to give, the defense a break cuz man, did the Express wear down that Cobra defense.
And not only did they wear down the Express wear down the Cobras offense, it was a matter of what did the Cobras do to answer anything that they did. Smith did much of the work as, running the ball, but with that, you still have to be in a situation where you know it's coming, but you have to stop it.
Snap is back, kick is up, and it's good.
It is now a 21-14 lead for Erie here with 8:56 left to go in the third quarter.
Pressure is right back on that Cobra offense. What can they do? Can they answer that score? Can they answer that drive? We'll see.
I think they can, but my question to the Cobras would be, can you stop them from scoring? And this would be about the time you need to stop the Express from scoring, because if you don't, this game is going to get out of hand. Zahn on the kick for the Express. Zahn kicks it off. It's bouncing.
And then
He
he
fumbles it.
fumbles it.
He might want to try to make something out of nothing.
Ooh, a little helmet tag there.
And Cobras
But
will start this drive, their first drive of the second half. First and 10, looks like at the 20, maybe the 21.
question to you two, what does the Cobra offense do?
I think that Cobra offense has to go back to the air game. Their X, um, kind of been a rough day for them on the ground today. But that air attack has been pretty solid, and it's putting points up on the board for them. So I think they got to go back to that air attack.
I agree. And the reason I agree is because if you look at the past two Erie games, their secondary looks invincible. But tonight, as we've seen, they look a little suspect, especially on these intermediate routes. I could be wrong, but when this game is over and you go back and look, there were some big plays given up by the Erie secondary. So first
Eh,
and 10,
It seems as if the defense here on the Cobras sideline here scrapping right now, getting a little frustrated.
Thompson takes the snap, he throws. He throws it out of bounds, incomplete. And brings up second down and 10.
The emotions are high here on this game.
Express now have the momentum, trying to put some pressure on Thompson. It'll be second down and 10. Erie showing blitz. Thompson rolls out. He throws.
And that's picked off.
Intercepted! He's got room. Makes a move. Spins off
And
Thompson.
that's a pick
Touchdown.
six.
Erie.
And as a
The
Cobras
pressure is
fan,
getting to the Cobras right here.
and that's just a deflating pick six there for the Cobras.
And just like that, in the span of a couple minutes, this game is turned into a two-score lead for Erie.
I'm stunned, in all honesty. That's lightning quick there. This is high elite, football going on right now. This is chess, but the emotions are seeming to get the better of, the Cobras right now, in my opinion.
And honestly, you went into halftime with nothing to really be worried about. The game is tied. Yes, Erie comes, they come out with the ball to start the second half, but in all honesty, what were you worried about? You had everything in hand. And it looks like apparently he was down.
Interesting call there.
I don't remember seeing him get tackled. And timeout is called by the Cobras. I think the refs might want to have a conference about this one.
And it looks like we'll have a clocking adjustment here. Or they might be adjusting. I never grabbed it. Corey had him. I never took him from him.
Well, the Cobras catch a break, and it's going to be 21-14 as the pick six is brought back. I don't know why it was brought back, but a lot of confusion in the press box. So much so, we don't even know what happened. So first and 10 for the Express. Stacked receivers on each side. Smith in the backfield. Hannah hands off to Smith. Smith ducking and dodging. And finally brought down inside the 15. Gets 5.
And it looks like the Express are going to try to wear down that interior of that Cobras defensive line here with that run game here,
And,
Mel.
and if you're the Express, that's where all your run plays should stick against this Cobra defense. Because anytime you've tried to get outside, it's not really worked. So second and 5. Hannah throws a screen pass. He's got the outside edge. Breaks a tackle. He gets the first down. So now it is a
And it looks like we have an injured player here for the Cobras. So with that being said, we'll go to timeout.
Interested in what Erie is going to do here.
The
I think they're
first
going
and
to
goal, ball spotted at the 6.
think they're going to trust that run game without a doubt.
This close, why would you not? With Smith switching sides, now he's on the left.
And the Cobras defensive line has had no answer for Smith today. And it looks
Hannah
like we
takes
got a
it up
read
the
option.
middle, makes a couple moves, breaks the tackle, he's in. Touchdown,
Han-
Express.
Hannah looking to be that man fresh out of retirement goes in for a score.
And if you're the Cobras, how do you respond?
You respond by not making the mistakes that you just made in your last drive, and you try to keep the ball. This would be about the time you keep ball control or you start ball control. You're down 2 scores officially if this extra point is good. But nevertheless, you still need 2 touchdowns to get back into this game. You did it before. Can you do it now in the third quarter with 6:58 to go? The bad part about this game is the only downside to this is that the Cobras have not been able to establish a run game. Kick is up and good. So it is now a 28-14 lead for Erie.
It looks like we have a guy down there cramping up, seeking medical attention.
And hot weather, it's getting to these athletes. That was part of the keys of the game today.
Gotta wonder if this is the test that Erie needed to get past in order to have that fast track. As we said earlier in the broadcast, the uh, the winner of this game is going to have a fast track to the playoffs. The road to the championship would have to go through them.
Really starting to look like frustration's getting the best of the Cobras here. Can the Cobras bring back that emotion for benefit? For benefit, can they take advantage of it?
Let's
Oh,
hope so, because you do not want to go down. You start this game, you tie the game up at halftime, and then you just let this game slip away in the second half.
And it looks like here, number 12 here on this for the Cobras here on the sideline is on the sideline steaming right now. He's got steam coming out his ears, guys.
Design the kick is fielded.
And he is
Whoa!
taken down immediately here, Mel. Big hit there for the Express
And
special
number
teams.
84 meets, I think that's Cully. Number 84, that was
And that is their
Ryan Whitman meets Cully with bad intentions and stops him before he even got started.
and that is a statement hit there, Mel, on special teams.
Indeed, it is.
not trying to play Captain Obvious here, but the momentum clearly on the Express side here now.
And that is not even a captain obvious. That's just what it is. Because now, 2 scores, you have to do something to get back into this game. And right about now, you are absolutely right. Erie has a lot of momentum. Stopped the they have stopped please excuse me, they've stopped the Cobras twice.
And we'll see here if the leader of the offense, Slap Thompson, can get his guys back dialed in and try to create something here in this third quarter here, Mel.
First and 10 for the Cobras. Ball spotted at the 29. Looks like the 28. Thompson with 4 wide receivers. Takes the snap. Throws.
And I don't
Just
think
short.
I don't think him and the receiver are on the same
Just
page
look,
there, Mel.
just look quick and panic there, right there.
Can you blame him the way that Erie's defense has put the pressure? That defensive line put a lot of pressure on him. He's only been sacked once, but can you blame him for them being in his face?
Express defense looking light on their feet here. They're excited,
If you were up 2 scores, you'd be light on your feet too.
without a doubt.
Second down and 10. Sends Daniels in motion. Thompson takes the snap. He looks, he throws. It's caught. No, incomplete.
Just right off the chest there.
And if you're the Cobras there, Mel, you can't drop balls like that. Pause. But you got to catch those, man.
You're absolutely right. But now it brings up third down. In that situation, I don't think this is all on Thompson. I think the offense as a unit has to settle down. If they don't settle down, this could turn uglier than what it already is.
You got to help your quarterback out, Mel. When he puts it in the basket like that for you, nice and clean, you got to secure it.
It's good to see right now on the Cobra sideline. Those of you guys that aren't here, they're actually bringing it together. They're coming together and they're trying to find some benefits there. Oof.
Thompson throws a pass, but it bounces off the helmet of a lineman,
And that could have been dangerous there, Mel. That could have been another pick six to the house if there was a express defender right there.
and now it's fourth down.
It's, Cobra's going to need their defense to come up with a big stop for them, or this can get real ugly here, Mel.
It's already ugly. They're down 2 scores. It's just trying to keep it from getting out of hand. Ben Lyons on the punt.
Looks like the Cobras didn't have enough personnel here on for the punt. Cobras in punt formation. Looks like it was blocked. And Lyons, the punter, is down here, Mel, and he's being helped up.
And that'll be running into the kicker.
And that'll be Culver's ball again, if I believe,
It is.
so.
That's an automatic first down,
That's a
15 yards.
huge, huge mistake there by the Express.
Int-
That could have possibly got the ball back and probably put put the Cobras out.
Interesting here for the Express. It seems like the Express always seems to, take reins of the game, and then for some reason they should shoot themselves in the foot and keep the Cobras in this game. It's amazing momentum.
Well, we've seen weird things happen already. So first and 10, Cobras ball spotted just before the 40 at the 39. We just got an update. The Federals, Mahoning Valley Federals, get their first win over the Legends, 27 to 14. Thompson takes the snap,
We
option
got a little
pass, off the
speed
pitch.
option there on the outside.
Ooh.
That's Gaddy, it looks like, and he's still fighting for yards.
Gaddy does get a few.
And that's probably the best run I've seen the Cobras have all day, running the ball on the ground so far, Mel.
I agree. It gets about 5, maybe 6 on the play.
And if I'm the Cobras here, Mel, I'm looking to score before this third quarter is over here.
I was just thinking the same thing. This quarter or the end of this quarter is important as you have to do something to get points on the board before the fourth quarter hits because I know if you know anything about coaching, when the fourth quarter comes, you want to bleed the clock as much as possible.
Yep, and I know the Express will rely on that running game here in the fourth quarter here, Mel, to chew that clock up.
I'm quite sure Smith is over 100 yards by now. Hands it off, gets forward, he's close to a first down. He's just shy. Actually, it's inches. Let's see where the ref spots it. Looks like that side judge is gonna give it to him. And he does. That'll be a first down for first down Cobras. Thompson in the shotgun. Thompson. Here he shows blitz. Thompson throws across the middle. It's caught. Looks like that was Matt Wise. Second down and 5.
Going into the fourth, you guys, what can the Cobras do to gain some momentum?
Exactly. And if you're asking me, exactly what they're doing now. Keeping this defense on the field, making them tired, making them suck wind, and keeping the drive alive. Doing whatever it is you have to do as a team to keep this drive alive so the defense stays on as long as possible, and you have to get into the end zone.
Makes sense.
Here he's showing blitz. Hands off to Gaddy. Gaddy. There's no gain, so it'll be second down. Excuse me, third down. Third and 5. This is what we just mentioned. You have to get some type of drive sustainability. Are you able to keep this drive alive and not give Erie another chance to put another touchdown on the board? You've
And
already given up 2 within a span of 2 minutes. Let's see if you're the Cobras. Let's see if you can show some intestinal fortitude and get in the end zone with 1:45 left to go, according to the stadium clock.
and right now, Mel, time isn't on the Cobra side, so they need to strike here quickly with a chance, with to be able to have a chance to come back and try to win this game with the Express offense on fire in this second half.
Thompson takes the snap. He drops back to pass. He throws it deep.
And that is almost picked off.
Oh, ref's going to say incomplete. The receiver complaining about pass interference.
Now, if I'm the Cobras here, I know it's fourth down, but I'm still going for it.
I think that that's the sentiment, unless Coach Adam has a strategy.
And it looks like the Cobras here are gonna go for it here, Mel, with fourth and 5. And
Game of the
they
week here. I think this is the play.
this play could
You think
determine
so?
the game.
I think this is the play for the game.
That's a that's a surefire statement early in the late in the third quarter, but still early enough to where the game is still
And if the
manageable.
Cobras turn it over here, Mel, Express will have good field position here once again in this game that they
Thompson
have
takes
all
the
night.
snap, drops back to pass. He looks, fakes it.
He's still running. He's
Now he
directed
takes
towards
off,
it.
still on his feet. He has the
Ooh.
first down. Thompson never the track star, but he gets the first down.
And that's what the Cobras needed right there.
And Mel, what a leader right there, and Slap Thompson taking things into his own hands and stepping up and saying, "I'm gonna go get that first down to keep this drive alive."
Well, he is fast enough to at least get the first down. His legs aren't as what they used to be.
Clock still running here. I think that they can get this drive going into the fourth quarter, and I think that's just what they need.
Now, with that being said, are they able if they are able to put points on the board before this third quarter ends, do they have a shot to come back?
Oh, then I think it's still a ball game, without a doubt. Express keep shooting themselves in the foot with these penalties, and it'll still be a ball game, without a doubt.
Thompson takes a snap, hands off,
And
fumble
there's
on
a
the play.
fumble, and I don't
He
think
picks it
Thompson
up,
realized it.
and he just might be gone. Touchdown, Express.
And wow, what a costly mistake right there if you're the Cobras to end the third quarter with a scoop and score fumble touchdown return for the Express. And that right there might be a deflator there for the Cobras there, Mel.
I'm astounded.
Was not expecting that at all.
And that just takes the wind out of the Cobras sideline there, Mel. What a deflating turnover right there.
If you're that Express defense, you're hype. You're hype off that play.
you have no choice but to be because now you're up 3 scores and all in the third quarter.
And I don't think Slap Thompson even realized that the ball was on the ground there, Mel.
And I can't say that that's anybody's fault. It's a bad exchange, but nevertheless, this is not how you wanted this game to go. If you're a Cobras fan, I'm pretty sure
Getting a nice little breeze in here.
it's about time. It's been 90 degrees all week. Lazard on for the extra point.
Snap is back. Kick is
Kick
up.
is up.
That's good.
It's good. It is. The Express put up a 21-point third quarter, and it is dead silent on the Cobra side of the field, including the bleachers.
One thing that we're failing to mention here is think about the rest that the Express offense has had so far. They're going to be going into the fourth quarter fresh and up, 3 scores.
And all of it, you know, they haven't had to do much. Like this has been one of those. I'm not gonna say it's been an easy night because it hasn't, but the fact that Erie's defense has stood up when needed and when called on, I don't think Coach Portman is going to do much yelling except for the first half of the game
And just when we thought the Cobras were getting a little bit more momentum, they took it away.
like that. And that was what we was hoping didn't happen.
It'll be interesting here, Mel, when the Cobras get the ball back. Will they try to continue to fight, or will they kind of throw in the towel a little bit?
At this point, you have to play for some pride. Not to say that there's 15 minutes in a football game is an eternity. So that's not to say that they can't make the comeback. What I am saying is you have to settle down now. And that'll do it for the third quarter as a 21-point quarter for the Express turns into a 35-14 lead for them. We will switch sides of the field and be right back after this.
It's tap on, baby.
And we are back with the fourth and final quarter here from Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. Cobras have the ball. First and 10. It is 35-14 in favor of the Express.
The Express were just eager this whole game, right, to show that they were number one. Still, there's still time in this ball game. Can the Cobra pull it up? A historic comeback.
It's not to say that they couldn't because they have had some historic games in their history. But right about now, this is where he's under pressure. Thompson looking, lowers his shoulder. It's about 2, maybe 3 on the play. But as I was saying, this is more about can you survive this game now? Because again, 15 minutes with a running clock, NCAA rules is an eternity. But not impossible. So can the Cobras at least sustain each drive and get some kind of points out of it? That's the important part.
A lot of empty drives here from the Cobras in the second half.
And that's not what you want. You turned the ball over way too many times. I think we've got 4 turnovers so far by the Cobras.
And that's not even accounting the ones that were, called back.
Exactly. Second down. Here he's showing blitz. Thompson holds on to it
It
and
goes
makes it
nowhere
third
there.
down and goes nowhere. Now it's third down.
Cam, that's like white on rice.
Tough second half for the Cobras here, man.
Now, with that, assuming the Cobras lose, this is not the end of the season. This was just a game that could have assured them, at least had they finished out the rest of their schedule undefeated, home field advantage.
And there, Mel, this game could be a slap back into reality here for the Cobras, So, some teams need this type of loss, to learn from and to bounce back. And sometimes a loss like this can derail a team as well.
You are absolutely right. Hands it off. Jet sweep. It is Daniels. And that'll bring up fourth down. So 4th and 7 after a gain of 5. Needing 6 on that. All spotted at their own 30. 4th and 6. 4th and 7.
Cobras here just looking to find what works. What works? What can get them yardage? What can move the chains?
Thompson throws over the middle and incomplete. And that'll be a turnover on downs.
Once again, just rushed. And you
As I
can't blame
see
them there.
as I see a familiar body on the field. I know he's going to watch this later, so I'm going to give a special shout out to number 2, Jamil Porter, as I'm going to tell his godson about him playing still. And I'll make sure we catch you after the game. Erie takes over with great field position, and if they score again, this game will be officially on ice.
Interested in seeing what Erie is going to do here. Are they going to run the clock, just let this game be over, or are they still going to go headstrong into that
If
first
I
standing?
know anything about Coach Portman, the gas pedal is always to the floor. So 1st and 10 for Erie. Ball spotted at the Cobra 30. Hannah takes the snap, throws the screen. Nasir Singleton, one man to beat. He is in.
That's a touchdown for the
Touchdown.
Express.
Express.
Now to put this game
Just
away
like you
here.
said it, foot on the gas. This is a statement game here for the Erie Express.
We still got some times here left in the fourth quarter here, Mel. This game could get really ugly.
It's 41 to nothing. This game might just actually be on ice. Now, Zahn set to kick the extra point.
Things are coming easy now for the Express on the offensive side, on the defensive side.
And it looks
Uh,
like the Express are going to go for a 2-point conversion here, Mel.
Really? It's a shocker. I guess
like
they're
you
gonna
said,
work on. I
Mel,
guess they're gonna work on their 2 point conversion offense.
foot on the gas.
That shows me that the Express have no respect for the Cobras defense here.
Hannah in the shotgun, four wide receivers, both sides stacked. Hannah takes a snap, fakes the handoff, flushed out of the pocket. He throws. It's incomplete. The 2 point conversion is no good, but it still remains a 41 to 14 lead for Erie.
Looks like that pressure got the Hannah right there a little bit. It couldn't get a clean ball out there, so looks like the Cobras will take over down there, and they'll have a long field to drive.
Actually, be the ensuing kickoff that the Cobras will be waiting on as this. I don't know what happened with the Cobras defense, but right about now, if you're the Cobras offense, you got to play for some pride because you start the road series of your the road stint of your schedule next week going into Steel City, and the Bobcats have been a thorn in your side. So you don't want to go on the road and lose two out of those games.
And yeah, man, as you say, man, the road is a tough place to play, man. When you're away from home and your fans aren't there, it's a tough place to play on the road.
Very tough, and that's going to cause a problem for you as again you get to the ladder of your schedule, and it becomes a problem. Like I said, June 29th, you're at the Bobcats in Pittsburgh, and that's always a tough place to play for any Cleveland team at any level.
I got that, Mel. I know what you're saying there.
I'm not even saying that as a in truthfully, I'm not even saying that as a Steelers fan. I'm absolutely saying that playing at this level for 13 years, it is a pain to go to Pittsburgh.
That's fair. That's fair.
Kick, it's fielded, gets up to gets close to the 40s, down at the 38. But again, speaking as a former player, playing in Pittsburgh is a pain because the game never goes in your way in your favor. Anytime you've gone to Pittsburgh as a player, and anybody watching this who's played at this level or played at any level where you have to go to Pittsburgh, it's a pain. And the refs don't like you, the players don't like you, the crowd absolutely hates you. It's something that you have to take into consideration.
And see, I'm surprised. I thought that same, adamant that you just said there, I was expecting, Erie to feel that way coming here to Cleveland today.
Well, traditionally Cleveland has been a thorn in Erie's side, but again, this is a former national championship team from 2 years ago, so they're not opposed to facing adversity. They're not opposed to going on the road tough road trips. The problem is when it's time to rebuild, they have to rebuild, and they've done so pretty handily this year. Thompson takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws the screen pass, slips out of a tackle. That's Cauley, and Cauley gets about 7, maybe 8 on the play.
Clock running here now. We're around 10 minutes and 40
Actually, yeah, they're going
seconds.
to give him 7, so it'll be second down and 3. Thompson takes the snap, drops back, he throws, caught. Oh no, incomplete.
That could have been dangerous there, Mel, throwing off a quick blitz like that. Could have been another turnover.
And again, it brings up third down. But again, as we said earlier in the broadcast, Coach Portman is going to make sure when he knows he's got this game in hand, the pressure is going to stay on. So I am one that's going to think, knowing how Coach Portman is, I'm going to assume he's not going to let off the gas until the game's over. Third down and 3. At least this is a manageable third down.
Yeah, true.
Thompson takes a snap, hands, fakes the handoff. Screenplay again. Gets down to the 45, maybe the 44, and Matt Wise gets the Cobras first down.
And the Cobras have a little something going on here with the little quick screens here, Mel. Moving the ball pretty well. See if they can put some points on the board.
Well, again, when we talked about this,
And it looks like we have a timeout on the field here.
I'm going to assume the Express called that timeout. They're both teams are down to two. But again, we've seen all game that the Cobras have had success passing the ball against this Erie defense. So why would you change it? I mean, yes, you do have to establish the run game, but at the same time, don't also go away from what works.
Yeah, and the Cobras had some costly turnovers that really kind of cost them this game. And it's the turnovers and the timely moments that they don't need those turnovers that really hurt them today.
Well,
And yeah, and to what you were saying there, Mel, I totally agree. But we also got to give credit there to the Express defense, man. They're there each time. After a little fumble, you would think that there was some time to recover. To no, the Express was just right there, right? So it's just they're there.
all right, first and 10 Cobras, ball spotted on the Express 45. Cauley goes in motion, takes the snap, drops back to pass. He looks under pressure, fakes the throw. He starts running, and then he runs out of bounds. It'll bring up second down and about 7. Thompson takes the snap, drops back to pass. He throws it deep, and it's another first down. Matt getting back into the Matt of old, Matt of last year, where Matt several touchdowns in the season. It brings up a first down for the Cobras. All spotted at the 32, first and 10. Erie Express putting in the B team now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say a pontoon swap here. It looks like from the Express.
Thompson takes the snap, hands it off, and that is big number 72.
It looks like we have a little scuffle here at the end a little bit, but the refs come in here and break it up a little bit.
So Javon Provit out of Warren High School. A lot of Erie's roster, if you looked at it top to bottom, a lot of these guys college experience. D2, D3.
I mean, you can tell in all honesty, their attention to detail just shows that they've played in a high level.
And the fact that they're disciplined because of playing at a high level. Again, this roster, you look at it top to bottom, D1 to D3. That is a scary roster. Thompson throws just
Oh,
over the outstretched hands.
He had the man there. He had the
that
man
would have been
there.
a walk. That would have been a walk-in touchdown there for the Cobras.
It looked like that was Cauley on that. And if Cauley comes down with that, he sees blue because as the Hurricane end zones here at Brooklyn Memorial Stadium are blue, he sees blue. No one's touching him.
And it looks like that'll bring up third down here, Mel. See, can the Cobras here convert?
Cobras putting their pride on this drive here. Can they score?
Thompson takes the snap, drops back. He looks, he throws over the middle. It's caught. Oh, out
And
of the
it's
hands.
dropped.
Daniels couldn't complete the catch. It bounces out as soon as he hits the ground. And that brings up fourth down.
And that was a that was a good throw there by Slap Thompson there, Mel. Receiver just couldn't bring it down.
Going back to the Cobra schedule, June 29th and July 13th, both on the road. One against the Steel City Bobcats, again out of Pittsburgh, and then the other one against the Mahoning Valley Federals. You could go 2-0 in that stretch, or 1-1 if you don't bounce back from this game. Maybe 0-2 on the road. But the end of this game is going to tell us which kind of Cobras team is going to show up next week.
Yeah, without a doubt, that's the main goal here now for the Cobras. They gotta find some momentum to build off for the next two games while they're away.
Yeah, and Mel, the way the Cobras finish this game could really determine how they come out in these next couple games.
I mean, looking at the schedule, all three of these games, well, all the next three games, excuse me, the next three games are all winnable. You have the Bobcats, the Federals, and then you're back at home for your last home game against the Columbus Fire, a team you've actually had success against. And then you finish out the season on the road back in Pittsburgh against the Wildcats. As we get a clock adjustment, 4th and 7. Thompson. Thompson takes the snap, drops back, he looks, he throws. He's got a man.
It was dropped again there,
It's
Mel.
dropped again, incomplete,
That's
and
tough coverage there
turnover
by the
on downs.
Express defense.
And really, that's on the receivers there, just not bringing that ball in. Cobras had a lot of opportunities there to find some success in the offense.
It is a turnover on downs, and Erie will take over 1st and 10
And
with
they,
decent field position as they keep the Cobras offense out of the end zone once again.
So, question here: do you think that they found those openings because the second unit of the defense on the from the Express came in, or what do you think on that?
On this particular drive, I don't think it's all about execution. And I don't think the Cobras were executing like they normally do in the passing game. The passing game historically has been a strength for the Cobras. As you mentioned, you go back to Damian Ivory, uh, who's arguably Cobra's top leading passer statistically. You know, Slap is right behind him. So, it's always been great receivers. Larry Stover. You know, it's just a matter of where the Cobras want to go from here. And that is number
like we said
Gary
there,
Williams,
Mel.
number 41.
And like we said there, Mel, we figured if the Express got a nice lead here in the fourth quarter, we figured they would, use their run game to kind of grind this clock out here to put this game away here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, man, they're going on that clock management now. The game is away. We got about 6 minutes left on the clock here. So, if I'm the Express, I'm gonna play around, maybe with some different plays for different snaps, but mainly just getting that ball down the field so we can, you know, keep the Cobras defense on the field.
Express break the huddle here. They have the run receiver to the left. Oh, you back. Hannah in the
Okay.
shotgun here. And he's directing as we await the snap here. Hannah's got the snap. He hands it off. And he's still going. He's fighting for a couple yards. And he does a little backflip here, kind of tackle. And right now, guys, the Express just here, just chewing clock up right here. And
And that's what they want to do. at this point in the game when you're it's 41-14. At this point, why would you even need to waste time? This is where the B team offense actually should be in. But I know Coach Portman and the starters are staying in.
Looking to seal the deal, finish the job here. And
Not to
it's
be the captain obvious on this one, but the job has been sealed already.
yeah, statement game here from Erie.
Makes the snap, hands off. Pledger. Pledger showing off how he used to be a running back in his day.
And maybe here for the
Gets
Cobra
about 3 on the
defense,
play.
maybe they can find some momentum going into the next game. That last game from last week against the Warriors, that defense seemed unstoppable, but here, you know, it showed some inconsistencies in
Yeah,
their game.
definitely there, X. We figured that the Express offense would come out here and test that Cobras defense a little bit. So and then that happened today. So
I think a mix of that 50-50 ball going out there and just their solid run game. I mean, the running back here from the Express is just nasty on the inside.
Smith was a monster today, and
and
that's looking at the future and remaining schedule for Erie. That's a scary thought.
and give credit to that Express offensive line for leading the way for that back and his success today.
The Cobras finally get a sack on Hannah, which is something you don't say all the time.
Yeah, I was shocked when I seen him go down there, Mel. Hannah's got great mobility as a dual threat quarterback, and he can extend plays with his feet as well.
It's going to bring up fourth down and about give or take 20. Lazan, excuse me, on to punt the ball. Again, this was still a great turnout for both teams, even in this heat.
Express here, gaming the clock down as we approach the 2-minute mark in the fourth quarter.
Lazan punts away, takes a bounce, and it'll die inside the 35, down to the 33. Cobras will have the ball first and 10 with 148 left to go. Cobra offense getting back on the field. And as we said earlier, don't forget, Cobras are on the road for 2 weeks, starting next week in Steel City in Pittsburgh against the Bobcats. We will have that coverage for you guys. Kickoff will be at, I believe, 7 p.m. First and 10 Cobras, ball on the Cobras 35. They gave him a yard. How generous of the refs. Thompson in the shotgun. Screen pass to Calhoun. Calhoun, speedster, gets close to the first down. It'll be second down and about one. They're going to say he got the first down.
And Mel, the score on the scoreboard may be 41-14, but this game was way closer than that than what it looks like on the scoreboard.
In the first half, you would be correct, but it's hard to say that considering the 21-point outburst that the Express had in just the third quarter alone.
And like we said, the Cobras had costly turnovers at the wrong time.
And once again, I mean, throughout the game, even Erie was playing sloppy at times. They had a lot of penalties, but their game just outplayed the penalty, right?
Washington goes nowhere. Gets maybe one if they give him that.
It's important to keep in mind that this is not the championship game yet. The Cobras still can, perfect some of their, some of the things they need to work on after this showing, and that's what the Cobras have to, do. They have to, perfect some of those discrepancies in their game.
That's a good point to be made. There is a next week for the Cobras so far until playoff times in August. So this would be a good chance to bounce back and make sure that you are able to fix the mistakes. And then when you probably see Erie again, you are, excuse me, as I was saying, when you see Erie again, because I'm quite sure you're going to see Erie again.
And things are getting here chippy here at the end of the game, Mel, and that's what I figured it was going to be. Tempers are getting
Well, in a
short.
rivalry game, that's exactly what
And
happens.
we got an injured Erie player over here on the sideline of the Warriors.
And that'll do it from here at Brooklyn Memorial Stadium as the Express roll and go to 4-0
And we
and
got a lot
beat
of
the Cobras
chippiness here going.
41 to 14. We'd like to thank you guys at home for watching. Short recap: the Express scored 21 points in the second half. Well, in the third quarter, Hannah with two touchdown passes, Smith with three rushing touchdowns, and then Hannah with another rushing touchdown. And for the Cobras, Thompson throws two touchdown passes, and that brings our score to 41 to 14. Guys, thoughts on today's game?
Man, what a outstanding performance by the Erie Express today for coming on the road. Big hype game. As we can say, it could potentially be a rivalry here there, Mel. But shout out to the Erie Express for coming here and getting it done on the road. The road is a tough environment to win football games on, and the Erie Express came out today, Mel, and showed that they can win football games here on the road.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it was a
And
heavyweight fight there in the first half. Toe for toe, iron sharpen iron, but the team with the less mistakes and that being Erie, the Erie Express, they just went out there to win in the third quarter. That's where the game was decided.
you are absolutely right, X. And that was where we were going with that because we hadn't seen the Cobras battle tested like this since early in the preseason against the Detroit Ravens. So now, if you're the Cobras, you know what you got to fix, but how do you fix it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Mel. The Cobras fixings are kind of simple. You get in the film room as a team, you get in there, you own up to your mistakes, and you get better. You get on the practice field, you get in the film room, you circle what you need to work on, and if guys just own it when we come on work, that's all you got to do.
Once again, they just got to go back to the fundamentals. When things get hard, you got to go to the fundamentals and you got to perfect it. And today, they just didn't perfect the fundamentals. They looked rushed on the offensive side. The defense didn't look as sharp as they looked prior in the last few games. So, you know, they just got to go back to their brand of ball. And this is a great rivalry.
Absolutely. And again, it's not, as your Cobras fan, it's not what you wanted to see, but that might be what helps shape your season going forward. You have two more games against PA teams. They're very winnable. You have a Cleveland Columbus rivalry coming up in the middle of all of this. It's a chance to bounce back. So I'm going to say this is not the end, and the season is still good for the Cobras. But we will see next week how the Cobras respond to this loss. Final thoughts?
Hey, we got to give credit to Erie. There, they came into away game and they cooked, right? They cooked.
other than that, what Xavier said, the Express came out, they did their thing. They talked a little trash and they backed it up there, Mel.
Yeah, they
So,
did.
that's the biggest thing. When you talk a big talk, you got to be able to back it up. And the Express did just that.
You are absolutely right. So, with that being said, you guys can catch us not only here on the 216 Sports Network. For X, for Cam, for the 216 Sports Network, I am Romel Thorpe saying we will see you later.
Take care.